Hello there, I'm Scotty Yarnut. Welcome back to the Smallville Retrospective. We're looking at Season 5, Episode 6, Exposed. Yeah, so when a U.S. Senator who is connected to the Kent's uh, campaign may be smeared by Lex Luthor, Clark, Chloe, and Lois, yes, she's back, look into it. To try to clear his name. At least Clark's trying to clear his name. So I make no bones about this. This is a big episode, as most shows today would call back to a prior show. I mentioned they called back to Buffy in last episode. Well, now it's time to call back to another show. A show that starred John Schneider, where he drove an orange Dodge. That's right. It's the Dukes of Hazzard. That's right. So, yeah. So, we start with there on the farm. Well, first of all, it starts with Chloe and Lois in Metropolis. And Chloe they're at the Daily Planet. Lois is playing some kind of video game. And Chloe gets a call from somebody who needs help. And so Chloe and Lois go to meet this person. She wanted a reporter, but Chloe, trying to get her foot in the door. Went out there and witnesses the woman getting run over by a car. Yes. She reports this to stereotypical TV movie cop. It's not the Sheriff Adams anymore, Mr. Kent. No, it's a different detective lady from Metropolis. I've seen her in other shows. I don't know the actress, but it's one of those. Oh, her! I've seen her in X amount of things. You probably go, oh yeah, I've seen her before. She's been in stuff. And the way that they write her, you think she's in on it because she's like, oh, did you get any evidence? Huh? Did you get the license plate car to hit her? No. In this incident, I don't blame them for not paying attention to the license plate number. But come on. Seriously. It's some kind of traumatic event. It happened all so quickly. There's no way they'd be able to get a glimpse. Well, Senator Jennings arrives on the farm in a very familiar looking car, only it's not orange. But it's revealed to be Tom Wopat, John Schneider's co-star from the Dukes of Hazzard. Yes. He's Senator Jennings here. Well, call me Uncle Jack. I guess he was a friend of Jonathan's before he became a senator. And this is where he tells him he's running against Lex Luthor. So I knew this was happening, and I was waiting for the signs. Other than one mention of Senator Jennings 2 episodes ago or whatever it was, this Lex running for senator comes out of nowhere. It comes out of nowhere. There's no reason for it. It just happens. And then the cop shows up. This Metropolis cop shows up to Smallville, Kansas, clearly out of her jurisdiction, and starts pointing fingers at Senator Jennings, thinking he was involved with the death of this woman. Because there's a picture of them, which, Jonathan says is fake. But he did know the stripper, but it wasn't like that. It was some kind of, like he had a dance from her or something. So, and here's the what people will remember from this episode. Lois goes undercover as a stripper. It's Chloe's idea, really. They start investigating. They walk into the strip club. They're getting there. Clark comes in, all suit, using Luthor's name, throwing it around. I'm still a bit confused because at one point, Clark said they're done. And then in last episode, or whatever it was, or a couple episodes ago, Lex is like, the days of you walking into my mansion and walking in here are over. But they still keep doing it. And he's not entirely antagonistic yet. But Clark accuses Lex of the smear campaign, because he doesn't trust Lex, but he trusts Senator Jennings. Now, it is proved that Senator Jennings did lie, but come on, Lex ain't 100% clean here. Let's face it. Yeah, so they did the strip club, and Lois gets on stage in her red, white, and blue bikini thingy and does the dance. It's not very good, and I think it was intentionally not very good. She's like nervous or whatever. Then she sees Clark and ends up doing a lap dance to him, and then she's like, "Give me 20, meet me in the back," and she's like, because he's technically with Lana, who's not in this episode, like at all. I don't think, but like, yeah, and they play "Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me." I can't help but notice the song choice. When Lois Lane is strip dancing in front of Clark Kent, who has a girlfriend, by the way, and she's dancing to the song that says, "Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?" Huh. It's almost as if they're saying he should be dating Lois. Yeah. Well, then there's this Russian guy there. And I forgot about this. Oh, yeah, because I haven't watched these in a while. It's been a while. I watched them a few times, but it's been a while since I've watched these. So I'm like, trying to remember how it goes. Was Lex Scott cooking this up? No, there's this Russian diplomat guy, the son of a Russian diplomat, who basically do what he wants. We'll get to it. Because I do not believe that's how this works. But I'm just saying. Because I had my problems when I reviewed Lethal Weapon 2. That was an issue. We'll talk about it then. But basically, the cops show up because they need a sense of urgency. And Clark gets arrested, but Chloe does not, although she does get taken out of the club because they're underage. She even points out that Lois is underage. No, she's not. Let me tell you why. She was starting college, which means she's 19. She was 19 then. She's got to be at least 20. If they're saying that underage is under 21, okay, sure, she's not quite there. But when they say underage, they even call out Clark and Chloe for being underage, and I'm like, when I hear underage, I think under 18. But yeah, under 21, sure, fine. Nowadays, everything, and I find this weird, okay? You have to be 21 to buy cigarettes or alcohol, but you can vote at 18, and apparently it's in the Constitution that allows them to vote at 18. What 18-year-old knows politics? I'm 37. I don't know politics. I just know who I don't want to vote for. I don't know. It's just something that I thought everything was 21, and people in comments on YouTube, not my comments, someone else's comments. There's some video where they said 18 was the voting age, and I said, no, it's 21. Everything is 21 now. And they're like, no. People are like, no, it's 18. It's in the Constitution. And I'm like, what? Maybe that's why they'll never change it. I can amend the Constitution, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, and so Lois just goes with this guy. She doesn't really have a choice. But she goes to this guy to his apartment, and he's like, put these on. And it's a dress. And then he's like taking pictures of her, and it's like, you look better than all the other girls. They're going to be jealous. I'm like, what? And then he prints out a fake photo ID passport for her. This is what confuses me. So Clark and Chloe show up because the cop lady is of no help, because cops can't be any help, or else the episode will get done too quick. So they track down this guy, and Clark presses print. Is that how printers work? You just press print and it'll print another thing? Don't you have to be set up on a computer or something? I don't know. But it prints out a fake passport for Lois. Okay. It looks like it's on printer paper. How are they going to get away with that? Also, it's revealed that they're using a helicopter. If they're not going to the airport, why do they need a fake passport? Because a passport, not a fake passport. A passport is what you show people when you go on a plane. If they're taking her in his personal helicopter, they shouldn't need a passport. I don't think. Unless it's something they need for when they get there. I don't know. And maybe they're gonna, I don't know, because I don't know. But, Clark saves the day, making sure that nobody sees him do it, by the way. But he wraps a rope to it and then pulls it down. And then Lois knocks the dude out, and they get out, and he's like, oh, you must have been caught on something. And then the cop shows up, and this is where I get a little bit frustrated. She's like, yes, good job. Now, please let him go. He's free to go. And they're like, what? He's like, diplomatic immunity. And their description of diplomatic immunity, I don't believe for 1 second, because they say it in Lethal Weapon 2 and they say it here. Basically, he could do anything he wants, and if it's done on American soil, he cannot be prosecuted for it. Because there's diplomatic immunity. Which means he could do anything. He could kill someone and get away with it because of diplomatic immunity. I said this when I reviewed Lethal Weapon 2. I say it now. That's got to be bullshit. That can't be a legal rule. He does end up getting arrested when he gets back to Russia, Mother Russia. But yeah, it's kind of an anticlimax because it's really, he doesn't get arrested. There's nothing, and she's like, "There's nothing I can do." I'm like, "Yeah, you can arrest him." I mean, she can still technically arrest him, but she can't be prosecuted, and he can't be, the best thing she could do is just take him to the police station, and then you have to be let go. So I guess they wouldn't do anything anyway. But yeah, we find out that Lois is going to live at the town now. That Lana is living with Chloe in the dorm. This is a very Metropolis-centric. And then Senator Jennings asks Jonathan to run instead of him. He's going to drop out of the race, but he wants Jonathan to run it instead. Interesting choice. I wonder if he will. I don't know. But, yeah. Because Jonathan knows Lex Luthor. So, yeah. But, so then there's this scene where Clark and Lex are talking as if they're still kind of buddies. And, basically, he's like, I didn't think Senator Jennings would lie to me. And Lex is like, and you thought I would? And he just kind of looks at him. But, it's like, I told you I didn't have anything to do with it. And I'm like, but wait a minute. There is still something. Okay? The Russian guy, so they got that picture that, that implied that Senator Jennings was behind it. The Russian guy wouldn't have sent them. I am going to blame this senator for the killings. Why? Why would he do that? Lex had to have been the one that sent it. It don't even make sense. It is. This is a decent episode. It's memorable for one scene, but and for getting the good old boys. There is a scene where John Schneider and Tom Wopat go riding around and driving around the car again. And he does, Tom Wopat gets in the way the dude has it. He's like, what? It's been broken for the longest time. I haven't been able to fix it, or something like that. Way to drive around. Yeah. Only thing you need is a good old boy. Never meaning no harm. You need a little wailing in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's nice little reunion and everything, especially for someone like me who grew up watching Dukes of Hazzard on TNN, the National Network, and the Speed Network. You guys remember the Speed Network? It was short-lived. I watched that and Speed Racer on there. So what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.